Hey everyone, welcome to episode 308.
Hey guys.
Noelle.
Hi everyone.
We got everyone here. Gail's here, Robin's here,
I'm gonna go to
Jerry's
Sheen.
somewhere. Sheen. I don't know.
I just, I'm supposed to be on Sheen right now.
All right. We're all here. Let me bring up someone. Tim Huether will be with us shortly. He's having a little bit of trouble getting on. So I told him to go back and come in. StreamYard hasn't been great lately.
You know, did you see
problem.
that? Actually, no, like good. I'm glad, like good being able to get Rob Ort and Angela Mornello to go there, and obviously it's election time and stuff, so they're going to
Right.
make themselves look good and stuff. But yeah, and then Rob Ort posted something today about being a leader and stuff like that. So I commented like, "You're a leader. Where have you been this whole entire time? I've been trying to get a hold of you."
Right.
Now you
you're
see the
leading.
spotlights on everything. So there's this election coming up. You're trying to look good.
And he can't be on the wrong side of it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's getting too big.
Right.
I can't ignore it. He's retiring.
Yeah.
You know, the other, I think we
But
got,
you know you're talking about.
the other thing is like, well, I'm not, you know what, after we're done, after we talk to Tim, I got a ton to say. Not, I'm going to make it quick, but I'm so frustrated. I don't know if you could tell, but I read this political stuff. I'm going to lose it.
Oh yeah.
I can't stand it anymore. Well, we'll talk later. Let's bring Tim into this and let's talk to him about what's going on. Tim, Niagara County, taking on Sam Ferrugia, if I said his name right. Remember we had him on.
Yeah.
I remember.
That's a right?
Fireman extraordinaire. Yeah. But there's
Or
Tim.
it was Sean.
No, it was
Oh,
Dante.
Dante. Okay.
Right, because Sean was that, oh
Okay, Sean
God,
was the other one.
is it Elder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I forget. All right, let's get Tim in here before StreamYard decides to quit on us. All right, our good friend, and he's running, man, like 6th district. Here he is, Tim. Hey, Tim.
Hey, should have warned everybody. I got a face for radio, not for podcasting.
I always said that about myself too. I have no business being in a camera. Well, let's let Noelle.
Sounds good.
To use filters. I can't use filters on here, so.
Oh, you don't need filters. You're all right. It's all good in the hood. You look better. I see you lost a whole bunch of weight.
I did.
You look much healthier. I saw you in the store that one day, and I couldn't believe it was you. I thought maybe you were Tessa or something.
Be careful if you see Tim in the store. He's gonna run into you with his car. Just
I ran into
I
Tim.
was nice. I just barely bumped you. I didn't run you over.
Right. All right, Tim. 6th district. You're running for it against Sam Ferrugia. Like, I guess we'll start. I got a lot to ask you, but like, why? What made you decide to do it this time?
Well, I ran 5 years ago in 2021, yeah, against Chris Vocho, and I lost in a primary by 42 votes. And since that happened, I stepped back. Gail and Bailey ran the term after that. I started doing some things I had to get done for myself, and then the last time I didn't run because obviously I took over as a union president and didn't have a whole lot of time to be able to commit to what I needed to do. So I took a break from that. But this time things seem to be lining up okay. And I thought, well, let's give it another shot and see. I talked to the Republican committee and asked if they had somebody else that they were talking about running. And then they said, no, they were actually going to contact me because they wanted me to run. I said, well, I guess it looks like everything's going to line up then, and let's give her a shot. So decided to throw my head in there, and boy, oh boy, did the wheels fall off after that happened. I've had a little bit of health issues. I hurt my shoulder at work, and I got some other things that are going on. I'm speaking to you right now from Atlantic City, New Jersey. I'm here for a union conference, an educational conference. So I'm in foreign digs right now. I'm in a hotel room at Caesars Casino in Atlantic City.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
But we have our educational conference here every couple of years for the steelworkers.
Right.
How's your shoulder been after the surgery?
Shoulder so far is healing up pretty good. Let me take these glasses off, get rid of that glare. I have a nice big scar. I don't know if you can see it through here. They had to slice me open pretty good, but they got everything put back together. I'm actually going back to the doctor next week, and I should be getting cleared to go back to work on the 20th is when I go back. So hopefully I'll be able to get back in. I know that they've been having some issues there. They're obviously shorthanded. I haven't been quiet about the fact that there's been a lot of stuff going on with the city, and as a union president, it's my job to call all this stuff out and make sure that things don't get out of hand with contract being violated as it has been several times. And like I said, I am not ashamed. I'm not afraid. I'm not intimidated. I go and I call the lawyer and we file perp charges and we do what we got to do to make sure our contract gets honored.
Right. Yeah. No. And everyone's here, including Jerry.
Hey, Jerry, how you doing?
Good, Tim. How are you?
Good. I like the updates you're doing over there at the molasses factory. Whatever you call that. That's a good nickname for that place. Is Mama here too? She on here?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Hello.
All right. Need to see your pretty face. You can put your face on there, You take mine off and put yours on there. I won't mind.
Yeah. They won't do it behind the
I
camera.
did forget to post her.
And I didn't get to see Robin either. Where's Robin at?
I'm here, Tim.
They all want to stay back. They don't want a camera on them. No, I'm not.
I'll tell you what.
It's all good. I don't like having my face out front either. I like to stay back and just make things happen. I don't need to have my face out front, take glory for anything. I just want to make sure that things happen. I don't care who's in charge of it, as long as it gets taken care of.
Yeah.
Right. What is wrong with the mayor? Well, I know what's wrong with the mayor. But he's really coming after you. We saw him in his one address. He named you.
He did?
Yeah, he named him purposely.
Am I gonna have a fight?
He's doing a lot of things that aren't, he's not expecting people to be able to put the pieces together behind. That's why he likes to limit on the information that he puts out. Now I'm going to give you this, and I want you to tell me if your math can figure this out. We have a contractor right now, currently, that his last contract I could find was awarded by council April of 2025. KJ Enterprises for cutting the lots, the city-owned lots, $48 for a regular lot, $55 for a larger lot, and $65 per acre for any lot over an acre. Okay. Now, your brother, the mayor, Bob, has requested city council to approve a contract to supplement the grass cutting. Okay, supplement. We know what supplement means, right? To add to it. Okay, but the part that doesn't add up is number one, he's supplementing the grass cutting contract with the same fucking contractor. Okay, KJ Enterprises, the same fucking contractor. So he can't keep up now. So we're going to supplement his contract and give him some help by giving him another contract. And in that contract, they tripled the cost to the taxpayers that they're going to pay this guy. The cost in the new contract, the supplemental contract, is $150 for a small lot, up from 48 to 150. That's triple. The intermediate lots are going from $55 to $175. Again, triple. And then the larger lots over an acre is $200 per acre. Again, triple from the 65 that he was already getting. So how can you supplement the contractor that's already doing it with the same fucking contractor and just giving him triple the cost? How does that make sense? Does it math in your math? Because it don't in mine. You got something, Robin? Go ahead, Robin.
Yeah.
Does it make sense to any of you guys?
No.
That's what's going on. And honestly, I haven't really said anything about, because number one, as the union president, okay, so I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, they're giving our work some. It's not our work. Okay. But as a resident, that's my tax money. I pay taxes in this city. That's my tax money you're giving away to a contractor. You're tripling his contract. In the meantime, as the union president, I'm looking at my union members and they're only offering us a 3% raise. I'm sorry, but how can you triple the cost to a contractor and basically say, yeah, you guys don't get nothing?
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, it makes sense to none of us.
And-
No, Robin, you got something?
Yeah.
And don't forget, you can watch all UFC action.
I'm not hearing Robin.
Oh,
Cut
he
out.
can't hear you. He
Oh.
can't hear you.
9 p.m.
She starts and then she goes away. I don't hear her.
I'll ask it. She's asking if you can hear me. She's
Yeah.
asking what shouldn't we be hiring? Should the city be hiring more DPW workers?
Now, do we need DPW workers? Absolutely. Okay, we've got, I believe the last count, I believe was 27 positions, either vacant or eliminated. What they'll do is they'll defund them. They'll put them down to $1 to keep them in the budget. And the following year they'll eliminate them, or they'll just simply not fill them when people leave through attrition. As far as the grass cutting, now the grass cutting originally for the city lots that are not like the Carnegie building, not the city hall, not the police station. Those are maintained by the clean team, Zoom team, impact team, whatever iteration you want to give them. Okay. They are paid through community development block grants. That's who pays them. But recently, like within the last 2 years now, and you can figure out who's done this in the last 2 years, they've been monetized. There was a director that figured out how much it costs to send a clean team out to clean up a lot. That's manpower, equipment, anything that they've got to do. Okay. He figured out what it cost the city as far as to send those people out, send a crew to clean up somebody's property. What they do now is they have a clean neighborhood inspector that will go out and tag a property. They passed an ordinance through the city, a resolution that if your property gets tagged, you got 10 days to clean it up. If you don't clean it up, we'll clean it up for you and we'll charge a fee. Okay. Fee, like almost like a user fee. Who else is good for user fees? Okay. But anyway, we'll charge you a fee. And then in order to put a little more salt in the wound, we're going to double the cost. So just say we figure out it cost us $600 to go clean up your property. We're going to charge you $1,200, and then we're going to add on another 20% for an administrative fee. But then if you don't pay that, we're going to attach it to your property taxes. So eventually the city's going to get that money, or you know what's going to happen? They're going to end up defaulting on their property taxes. They're going to get foreclosed on, and the city's going to take that property. It's an end around to basically take somebody's property. But what in the meantime, the crew that's doing that cleanup is the clean team, Zoom team, impact team. Their original responsibility was to clean up city properties and like the stretches along the highway, the where the off ramps are over on Buffalo Avenue, things like that. Well, they're not doing that anymore. Instead, all of that responsibility got shifted over to this contractor that needs supplemental contract to help him because he's not making enough money or whatever. And in the meantime, those guys that were doing it, now they're monetized and they're out cleaning up properties that the city can back charge to residents. So they've basically created them and turned them into a revenue stream, which is 100% bullshit because you're extorting money from property owners. Now, listen, I get it. There's some property owners that need help. Instead of just sending them over there and punishing the shit out of them and doubling the cost and adding 20%, why don't we figure out what the problem is and say, hey, you know what? Do we need to help you out this one time to help you get cleaned up? If you need the help, we can do it. But what can we do to make sure it doesn't happen in the future? I mean, are you having problems with a lawnmower? Is there something, somebody illegally dumped stuff on your property like happened to Frank Hanley? He had people illegally dumping shit on his property. He had to pay for that. They tried to charge him. They did charge him to clean that shit up because he said, look, I'm a victim of a crime. They illegally dumped in my property, but the city didn't give a shit. No, they're taking your money. They want your money and that's it. So if we were to shift the clean team back to their original job, the impact team would be to take care of city properties, the vacant, overgrown city lots. Well, then we would have personally, my thought is, I don't believe the city should be able to issue one citation for a property that's overgrown until every city property is up to code and has no overgrown on theirs. That's what I think. That's like a cop pulling you over, writing you a ticket for a headlight being out, and he's got a headlight out on his car. That's bullshit. You don't do that. But that's what these guys are doing, because how many of these properties that you see people complaining about are city-owned properties? There's a lot.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
nobody's cutting them other than Ken Smith or KJ Enterprises. And you saw there was Ronnie's husband goes around. He has a landscaping business as well. And he was out with Sean Mapp, and they cleaned up a property right after KJ Enterprises had gone and cut it down. And listen, they did the minimum. They knocked down the brush and they left the mess. Okay. Her husband's landscaping crew went in there, did a bang up job. They cleaned it up the way it should have been cleaned up. However, they volunteered. They did this on their dime, and they did it because somebody had complained. This is where we run into problems, because how can you pay a contractor? Listen, if my crews did a half-ass job like that, everybody'd be all over them. They would be cameras. I mean, Frank Mantell would be blasting it. Everybody would be, look at this shitty work these guys are doing. But it's okay for that contractor that's doing that. And I'm going to tell you, that contractor has got some ins. He's got some friends, because his former address belongs to a city corporation council. The acting corporation council. That's where the acting corporation council is in that contractor's old house. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is fun. It isn't. Let me ask you about some other things real quick, like give grants. You know what I want to ask you about give grants? One thing I thought, and then I saw you thought it too and said it. I didn't say it anywhere. I thought it was odd that the police get paid to go to community events.
it appears that they are being compensated to show up to these things, because why else would they not want to show? And listen, they showed up at the National Night Out. I did see they were there. Police and fire were both there. I believe it was the Gazette or one of the news sources had reported that they were going to not show up there because the grant didn't go through and they were protesting whatever. They did show up. Okay. But my thing, and I've talked to, some of the people on the council as well, when I asked them why they were voting the way they were, listen, knowing that we have a problem is part of the problem. You have to recognize that there's a problem, but then you've got to be smart about how you're going to address that problem. Just throwing money at the problem without a plan doesn't fix the problem. And that's what the question is. When I talked to the council members about it, they were asking, well, show me show me some results from the money that's been spent on there. Now there was an allegation made up. There was a letter that surfaced from another police officer that it was alleging that there was misappropriation of funds. It was being used to pay out overtime and things like that. So to ask the questions, show me the proof of what this money's been spent on, show me some results that this money has caused, is a very legitimate question, a concern, and it deserves to be asked, because again, just throwing money at the problem, especially if it's being misappropriated. Now, I don't believe Mr. Fasso's misappropriating the money. I really don't, because he was a great chief. He did great things for the city, and I believe he still is. But for them to ask for justification of what this money is spent, because you can sit there and say, oh, it's grant money, it's free money. Listen, the government prints money, but they don't give away money. They give away taxpayer money. Okay, they don't sell something that makes money. So every money that's spent, whether it be from the federal government, state government, local government, it all comes from tax money that they take from taxpayers. So it doesn't, their argument is, well, if we don't use it, somebody else is going to get it. Okay, I get it. But in the meantime, why should we allow the money to basically be wasted? Listen, if these guys are wasting it, then let's let somebody else use it, because that money needs to be spent wisely, and there needs to be a good return on investment for that money. So for these guys to ask, and they didn't vote no. First off, Bob needs to understand, he's attacking people, me, the council members. He did the same thing with Dante Miles before Dante got off. Okay. You do a propaganda video, you attack these people, and what you're saying is not true. He's saying that they voted no to receive this gift grant. And while that is true, it's absolutely false, because they put that through as a motion to postpone for further information, and there were only 4 people there. So therefore, in a 2-2 tie vote, it gets defeated. So then they had to go back to the original vote on the original motion, and it was still 2-2 because those 2 still wanted the information, so they didn't vote to accept it. They wanted to postpone it because of the circumstances. It got voted down. Now, does that mean that it's not going to be accepted? Does that mean that they can't still accept it? Absolutely not. I mean, Bob can call a special meeting like he always does when he doesn't get his way. Throw these guys under the bus, call a special meeting, try and, intimidate them, threaten them, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to say threaten, but try to coerce them into voting his way or whatever. But what it amounts to is that he needs to give them the information that they're requesting. Stop withholding the information. Listen, there's nothing nefarious here. It's done. It's had good results. It should be very easy to put that out there and say, look, instead he wants to ridicule them like he does me. He'll gaslight people and try and blame us. I'm going to make this one comment real quick. He made in his last propaganda video last Friday, talks about people making mistakes. Has your brother ever owned up to any mistakes he's made?
No.
I listen to him, and every time it's always, I inherited this or somebody else did this. That I don't micromanage. Don't have my hand in every decision that's made. Yeah, okay. Why don't you just say that you screwed up, take accountability for it, and move on? We're all human. I mean, I got a pulse. That proves I'm human. We're going to make mistakes. I admit them.
Yeah, he graded an A. He doesn't. Well, you know this. I'm just saying to the people that are watching, he doesn't like resistance, and he certainly just doesn't like. That's why if he wouldn't have messed up being a judge was his perfect spot because there is no resistance. Basically, his word is it's over. Now resistance. Now people can fight you back and ask questions. But remember, in the courtroom, no one's saying a word.
Yeah,
and then you're the final God.
But he's trying to turn City Hall into his judge's chambers, and it's not going so well. It really isn't.
It's not. All right, you can't hear me. She was asking his attendance at city council meetings. How does that affect him, you think? Because he doesn't go. Or how does it affect the council? It affects somebody with him not being there. For like what reason? Like what do you think? Like why should he be there?
He doesn't like going because he doesn't want to have to hear negative feedback or anybody tell him that anything.
He's wrong.
Yeah, he's wrong about anything.
He doesn't feel he should have to answer to people.
Yeah.
How dare you question the king? Okay. When you go to council meetings, you don't hear any administrative update other than from the acting corporation counsel, the mayor's lawyer. Okay. He's the one that's giving the administrative update, and he should not be. His role, according to the city charter, is to give unbiased, sound legal advice to the city administration and to the city council, which is a conflict of interest because you have the corporation counsel, the mayor's lawyer, they're giving his agenda. He's giving the mayor's agenda through his legal advice. When he's answering questions for the administration, he should not be, because that's not a legal question. He's only supposed to give legal advice, and that's unbiased legal advice. And I've listened to 2 council members now. I heard Bridget Miles got him the last meeting I was there, and David Zajac got him the meeting before that. They're starting to tell him, that he's trying to gaslight them just like the mayor does in the propaganda videos. And he should not be. When Craig Johnson was there, you rarely heard Craig Johnson say anything during the Deister administration. Even with Chris Mazer, when Mazer was there, when your brother first took over, okay, Mazer didn't say a whole lot of nothing because he knew I'm not supposed to be doing this. But now you've got the mayor's lawyer there, acting corporation counsel, and honestly, he needs to stay in his lane and stop trying to gaslight these council members. Give them the legal advice. The last comment I made to him when I was there was, they're all wanting to contract out our work, the paving work and all this, the concrete and everything else, and one of the council members contacted an outside lawyer, and he's pissed about it. Yeah, I don't know who this was, and they won't tell me who they talked to. I just looked at him and said, "You don't like it when they contract out your legal work, do you? It sucks, doesn't it? Yeah. Pisses you off, don't it?"
He blamed you, right? He blamed you for giving the council some kind of advice, I think he says.
I don't give legal advice. I give them the facts. Listen, I gave them all. I sent out to all their emails and to your brother, Anthony, and to the mayor's lawyer, Tom DuBois. I sent them a copy of the perp charge that I have filed for them contracting out the paving work. I wasn't bullshitting them. your brother's lawyer, the mayor's lawyer, tried to tell me I didn't know what I was talking about before. So you know what I did? I gave him the paperwork. Say, here, you think I don't know what I'm talking about? Here's the paperwork. I am telling you right now, we have requested to meet on this. I have tried to amicably solve this with the administration, sit down and talk with them about it. They refuse. So I'm telling you now, you guys vote to approve this. This is the paperwork from the union's lawyer. This will be filed. It already has been filed. They were just waiting till they could assign the contractor so that we can push it in front of the judge and get it taken care of. Because what they're doing is illegal. They cannot violate the exclusivity the union has for that work that's being done. Now, the work that we're talking about is the paving work.
Right.
The city wanted to give the city paving crew 10 streets to do, a contractor 15 streets to do. That was what the original contract was supposed to do. They tried to pull a fast one and say, well, Tim doesn't know what he's talking about because this contractor isn't for those 15 streets. We're not contracting those out, which it hasn't been done so far. But what they were trying to do was put 4 more streets to a different contractor for $4 million. And when I got wind of it, I caught it. It's like, yeah, but it's the same work. So you're not gonna do that. Hey, quit telling secrets back there. I see you back there telling secrets, whispering, no, that's not right. Say it out loud or don't say it at all. But anyway.
Yeah.
All my dogs over stinking up everything. So I told them to tell the
All right. Well, anyway, those 10 streets, okay? Funny thing about those 10 streets, I found out last week that there are either 8 or 9 of those streets are completed already. Okay. We still got at least another month to 2 months, depending on the weather, of paving season left. And the city crews have been busting their ass to get caught up, even though they started 2 months late because Bob didn't get the work out right, or they didn't get everything done in the order it needed to be done quick enough. So they delayed the paving season by 2 months. We're 2 months behind. But those city crews have been busting their ass. The same city crews that he is saying told another member of the administration, Ken Tompkins, that they couldn't do more than 10 streets because, well, there's just no way. But in the meantime, if you're paying attention to the city text message system, they're paving the shit out of streets. I got the message today. I believe the last street is 25th Street that they just scheduled to be done this week. So by the end of this week, the city paving crew should be done with the 10 streets that supposedly that's all they could do. Well, with those by the end of this week, it appears, unless I got bad information. What are they going to do for the rest of the season now? Because they want to give the other 15 streets to a contractor. You want to pay a contractor to work while the city paving crew does nothing? $570,000 paving machine was bought 2 years ago. And if the mayor gets his way, if your brother gets his way, they're going to have a contractor doing the rest of the season while the paving equipment just sits there and idles. Well, maybe they'll be out patching potholes, rather than paving. But yeah, that makes perfect sense, right? I didn't think so either.
No. All right. Let me ask you about the sixth district. Is there? I don't know, because the 6th, we were trying to figure out where is that district, and it's everywhere. It's so crazy. Is there a chemical issue within the 6th district anywhere that do we know of, or
that we know of? I'm gonna say unknown as of yet. They obviously have to thing now. Now with the chemical thing, for me, that's not just a legislature thing for me. Okay. I have people, look, you go out to the boat docks, you see at Griffin Park, that stuff that's coming through there. What bothers me about that is my union workers are out there cutting that grass. As a union president, the union's main function was obviously for 40-hour work week, but it's also to maintain and ensure a safe working environment. For me, that's personal because that's my union brothers and sisters out there in that shit being exposed to that. If I find out that shit's radioactive and toxic, even after the city and the DEC says no, that's very personal to me. Okay. Just like over on Cayuga Island, those are my water board people working over there. I represent the water board people too. They're union steelworkers. They're over there digging through that shit and they should not be there. We should not be working in that environment. That shit should have been remediated. They should have made that the Superfund site, use brownfield money, whatever. Get that shit cleaned up before my employees are into that. My union members are exposed to that crap because we shouldn't be in that. Just like they shouldn't have it over in the town of Niagara. You know, when I went over to Belden, or not Belden Center, to out by the town of Niagara, that park, the first press conference. Listen, there's town people. Those are county workers and town of Niagara people that are working in that environment unknowing because there's not been any testing done. And now that it's exposed, listen, you got to shut that shit down. I'm questioning, why haven't they shut down the parks and stuff over there, the public property? That stuff should have been shut down immediately. You don't need permission to test on them sites. You damn sure don't need to have permission to shut it down. Why is that still accessible by people? Love Canal's got a big fence around it. Why aren't they fencing this shit off? Why are we allowing people to be exposed unknowingly? Even if they lie, and listen, Love Canal, it took them 7 or 8 years of denial before they finally said, we can't deny it anymore, guys. We got to take responsibility. Okay. All those extra years of people being exposed was bullshit. That should have never happened. When people ask me, do you trust our government? Some of these government agencies, absolutely not. And they've given us no reason to trust them just by lying about this stuff.
And they demon.
And when I was with somebody who, we went to the boat docks, he did a test on that sludge stuff. And the test he did proved that it was man-made chemicals and not just, what were they called? Bacteria.
You know what I say? These guys are all talking, there's an acceptable limit. Okay. There's an acceptable limit by their standards. All right. Yeah. If it was their family, would you agree that that's an acceptable limit? For me, an acceptable limit is 0. There's absolutely no reason that shit should be there. There's no reason that it should have been left there. There's no, and listen, if you made it a chemical dump, then you make it a chemical dump. You rope it off like they did Love Canal, fence it off, and you don't let people go there until you can guarantee that it's safe. This acceptable limit bullshit, there is no safe acceptable limit other than 0. You shouldn't have to be exposed to that, especially unknowingly. They dumped this shit here. They covered it up. They tried to hide it. That is basically through deceit that they have allowed that shit to happen. And they're responsible for that. I don't care. That's a very personal thing to me because I moved here in 2001. And if I find out that there's a toxic chemical dump underneath my house, I'm going to be pissed because I brought my family here and raised my family here. No reason in the world would I ever think I was on a toxic dump, just like these other people that have their houses there. There was quotes from people that did the Love Canal cleanup I was reading the other day that said, this land is the best, cleanest, guaranteed land because they've tested it. They're continuing to test it. This is going to be the safest land around, and they're all full of shit. They're just lying about it. They're covering the shit up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as a county legislator, I don't agree that any of this shit. Listen, like I said, my question to the governor, to anybody that makes those decisions, I'll ask them all. What would you do if it was you or your family in this situation? You found out that this is underneath your house. Are you going to stay there? You ain't got the funds to be able to relocate yourself because a house is your major investment that you make in life. Okay. If you can't afford to make that major investment a second time and you're stuck there, what are you going to do? Through no fault of your own, you're exposed to this shit through deceit. No, if it was their family, they'd move them out right away. They'd get them the hell out of there fast as they could.
What do you think about the DEC and them telling that these families like Lexi and all them that they're not going to help pay for their moving? They're not even going to help temporarily relocate them, pay for that. Nothing.
That is absolutely ridiculous. I talked to there's another young lady lawyer out of the Buffalo area. She's been paying attention, and I brought up a concern on her thing, and she's looking into it now. My suggestion is turn this on to the homeowner's insurance. Okay. Now that they can show that this is unsafe there, they should be able to put a claim in against their homeowner's insurance for loss of use of the property because it's radioactive, it's contaminated. Let them put the claim in on the insurance company. Let the insurance company now give them the money for their house, do with what they got to deal with, because the insurance company has got a lot of lobbyists. That's why you've got hunting seasons, and that's why you've got all these crazy laws, because the insurance companies are pulling the strings behind the scenes with their lobbyists on the politicians. Let the insurance companies eat some of the cost of this because they've been enjoying these premiums that have been paid. Well, now these people should put in a claim to their insurance company. The insurance company then can get involved and get their lobbyist into the politicians' pockets and say, look, you want to get reelected, Nancy or Kathy Hochul? You're going to change this because we're not going to eat the cost on all these insurance claims. That'll light a fire under her ass to get it done. Sometimes you got to backdoor and go the end around on these things to get more people involved that are a little bit more influential, that can get things done. And that's what I think they should do. That lady was going to check on, I can't remember what her name was, but she was going to look into that to see if that's a possibility, because you'll see then that the homeowner's insurance is going to try and weasel out like they do the floods and everything else. Well, no, this wasn't, this was a man-made thing. This wasn't a natural disaster. But in the meantime, they can get their lobbyists involved and try and put some pressure on the political people that make those decisions. I see Senator Ort was there, and he's already pushing for Kathy Hochul to do something. Okay, he's trying to make the change so that this stuff, they're saying that it's not designated as something they can classify it as a super fund. Well, he's trying to change it so that it can be designated, that radioactive shit can be designated for the super fund to make it qualify for the super fund. So these are the things that we have to do, and they're going about it the right way. They're getting some people involved that can make things happen.
Tim, I want to ask you before we let you go, and I know the answer because I did, and anybody that's listening to this should know this answer. Why should I vote for you if I'm in the 6th district? Like, what is the difference? Why should you be the guy, not Sam Ferrugia? I can't say it. Ferrugia.
Sam Ferrugia.
Yeah.
Okay. Sam's not a bad guy. He's not. I got nothing bad to say about the guy. I really don't. He's been in it for less than a year. I don't know how vocal he is. Me, you see how I am. I'm not intimidated. I'm not beholden to anybody. Yes, I'm a union president, but I fight for my union membership. I stand up to your brother. I'll stand up to the government. I stand up to whoever we got to, because it's the right thing to do, not because I'm trying to get elected. Like I said, you ain't going to see my face out in front of this, but I can damn sure guarantee I'm going to be behind, pushing as far as I can, as hard as I can, to make this stuff happen. It's not because I'm running for office, it's because it's the right thing to do. And that's what I do. That's how you judge somebody's character, when they're doing the right thing when nobody's looking. And that's what I do. I want to make things happen. I don't have to be the glory hound. It's not, I'm not going to break my arm off, patting myself on the back. I did that. I did this. No, I want to be involved in making the change happen, because that's more important than taking credit for anything, is to get it to happen. I want my kids don't even want to be around here right now. They don't, right, because there's not really anything here. The job market is drying up. The priorities are all wrong. I want to reset the priorities. Listen, I live here. I want to be the priority. I want my feelings and what I want to matter, not some politician that's going to get his pockets greased and his palms greased. You got to do the right thing, and you got to set the priorities back to where they need to be.
All right,
that's in a nutshell, that's what I'm saying.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks for taking the time all the way from Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Anytime if I can help you all out. Listen, I don't hide from nobody. I don't hide behind a security guard, behind a locked door. 716-990-3934 is my phone number. Anybody can reach me through Facebook. You can come to my house at 629 Ashland Avenue when I'm there. I mean, I don't hide from anybody. I will absolutely help you out. All you got to do is get a hold of me.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, guys. Hey, have a great day. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Tim Huether.
He's great too. I mean, like, even before he was running, like, Tim's just a person you could call to help, and he'll be there to help you. Yeah. That's just how he's always been. Yeah.
I mean, he's not afraid.
Right.
He's not worried about what if he doesn't give him money. He don't care about any of that crap.
For me,
so there you go.
If you watch him operate as the union president, I don't know how you can not want him in our politics. He sticks up for his members so vehemently.
It's
incredible.
Real quick, I just want to read a few comments real fast. Tanya Barone says, the guy from the DEC that I talked to, Chad, said that he feels it's more widespread on West River Shore than they are going to go to more doors to expand testing. I doubt they did, though. I don't trust them. I think it's the whole island, truthfully, lots of basement issues in one particular street close to the park. The park itself, I'm sure, is a giant pit of waste material. It's actually sinking. Go look for yourself the first stop sign you come to as you're driving past Jane Park. It's a different topography. Nate Capone, he says, I don't trust anything that any of these government agencies say. I think that this radioactive and chemical exposure is widespread in this entire county. I really would like my property to be tested. I mean, after all, my 8-year-old daughter died from brain cancer. Who knows what's in the soil here?
Native, you message that if you go on the DEC and you message their email them, they'll come and do it, but they lied to me. They acted like they tested my property. They absolutely didn't.
Jerry, yeah, I'm sorry, they couldn't hear you. I don't know. I think we were having StreamYard issues.
I figured that.
Yeah. Sorry. We're having nothing but issues with this.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
You know,
Jerry.
we just went to LaSalle reunion, golf, and then we had the festival, the music festival. We had tons of people. And, you know, these people came from all over the country. They don't live here anymore. Most, a lot of them.
Right.
It was like the same sentence came out of their mouth. What the hell has happened to the city?
Right.
What the hell has happened? They said, I never in my wildest dreams would think it went this bad.
Yeah.
This bad.
Well, you know, I'd like to say to them, well, you left.
Yeah.
That's why it went so bad,
Yeah.
because you left and no one was here to pick up the pieces, and
Right.
you were good. You were the good ones.
Yeah.
And I say it to my own friends that have left, and they say things like, "Oh, well, yeah, you left.
Yeah.
You left us here." My father, I just think for me, if my father passed away and I leave, there's no one left.
Right.
It's over.
Yeah.
And I get it. Don't get me wrong, but I get pissed because it's like, well, you could have stayed. You could have made a life here.
Right.
And done something to help us, but instead, either way, though, it's dead. We talked about it online.
I've
It's
been
dead.
telling them.
The city's gone. There's nothing to save. Yeah. No, it won't. No. People got to reimagine things. Like, literally, because it's not coming back. We're never going to have stores anymore. Because you know that no one shops anymore, right? That all the little shops that would have been on Main Street and Pine Avenue, who needs them? You can go to Amazon, which is asking for more money for the government. I see for because they can't handle their electric bill and all this other stuff. As usual, that you knew they would. You don't come here. You don't come to Western New York without getting perks. That means government money. You can't do it here. The Buffalo Bills themselves need government money. Think about that. So but do you think a store, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
New York State itself
It's a mess.
is
Yeah. It is.
And you know, like I hate to be throwing Florida or Tennessee. There was people from Tennessee that I talked to yesterday. There was people from Florida that I talked to yesterday. There was people from Texas that I talked. Those are the three big ones that people have fled to. And you know, they kept going, what are you doing here? Why are you still here?
I understand. I say that to myself sometimes too. I don't know. That's all I can say. I don't know, I guess, because yeah. You know, listening to Tim, he pretty much is the perfect candidate. Seriously, I'm not even trying to I don't have to pump the tires because here's part of what I have to say tonight that I've said continually, and I'm going to say it again. And I just like when you take money I don't care, and I can I've learned to separate the man or woman from their politics. Like, I don't mean like if you're a liberal like I'm talking like in the city. Like, I've learned to do it. Like, if I could like you a lot, me and you could be good friends. I've had it happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then they run for something, and then they take the money to for a mailer or for some sign or whatever they do. I'm done now. Not that I'm not your friend. I'm your great friend, but I don't. I can't do it. Like, I can't do it now. I can't, because you become one of them, and you're behold. No one gives you money not for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead, Jerry. Mhm. Right.
before I ever stick my foot into any politics here, that's for sure. But so I'm waiting on that.
Look,
That's exciting.
it's
Nah.
it's dead. That's the thing though. Like if anyone says to you, it's one guy who's running for something, but I don't know what he's running for. Is we're the city's on the brink. We need to say, are you nuts? It's over the brink. It's
Yeah.
down the out the it's through the turbines. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's dead as the doornail.
Down the
So,
break.
yeah.
What was it? Jimmy Fallon said it on his show like years
yeah.
ago. That was
Do you
a
remember
while
that?
ago though. But you think the way the mayor when he sees a celebrity or something and he gets excited about celebrities, you would think him saying that. He's like, yeah, he's like.
Well, and they were talking about how much better Niagara Falls, Ontario is.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what, I used to work for a tour company. People are far more satisfied with the Canadian side.
Oh, God,
Well,
yeah.
I like going to the balls just to look at the Canadian side.
And I gotta throw this in again. When we went to Nashville, the people that run the shuttle, that work the shuttles, the drivers, they had bins of this big, plastic, and people would tip them full. The guy goes, I would never want another job than what I do right here, Uncle John. Uncle John, he makes a ton every day, and that's because they got their act together and they recreated their main street and they have music. I don't have to tell you about that. But anyway, those people are making money.
There is no place in America like Niagara Falls, New York. There's no place that has a border to Canada, has a world-renowned like tourist spot,
Right.
and has Albany, and has us be so little that we're insignificant. So you got your state that we know takes whatever they want.
Get the dog.
We have it's just there's nothing like it in the world. And think about it, was it 1940 or 45, 50, they decided to make this Niagara Falls, Ontario is tourism.
Yeah.
Niagara Falls, New York was manufacturing and industrial.
Right.
Tourism was left to the state. Look, we made that choice.
Yes.
And
No,
they did. They did. Albany
ago.
made it
Yeah.
60 years ago, let's say 65 years, 70 years ago. And what I'm saying, we can't do it now. We're not going to be able to turn around and be Niagara Falls, Ontario. So that's done.
Right.
We can't.
No.
So something has to be, and I don't know who it is, has to be reimagined about how we're going to do the stuff to make things different. But because we're not going to have stores again. We're not going to have Pine Avenue stores. Yeah, it's dying. But I mean, I'm also tired of, look, I'm not going to, guys, and everyone that watches this, I'm not going to stick up for the mayor at all because he's just like the other mayors before him. I've seen a lot of them. Lockland was my first.
Mhm.
I've seen all the city councils. They do the same thing. Every single one gets together. I hate the mayor. Let me get 3 of us together. Let's block everything he ever does because I want to be mayor. And then they went to go be mayor and they do the same thing to them and same thing to them. On and on. The list goes on and on. There needs a whole new freaking way of that. Even I think you can't keep doing this where we just find the city council who says, I want to be mayor. So I want to get as much attention on me as I can. So if I sit here and yell at that guy, whoever that mayor is, yeah. We might need a board. We might need it to go back to being a stronger, the council makes the decisions. The group of five, not the one man, because, or woman. Never worked. Yeah. It's also not working to take money from political parties. These people got to stop it. Stop it, because I don't believe in you
Do we
when
know
you do
who's
it.
gonna run against?
The mayor?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. You need to run. We need somebody who's a middle class person. Doesn't need to be doesn't need to be a millionaire here. Middle class, lower middle, whatever, has a little money that normally that needs to do with themselves.
Yeah.
They don't want to have you don't want to have a party.
Yeah. Anybody.
The only person you'd be holding to is the people, like let's say you had a fundraiser And it was just people coming. Here's $10 for this. Here's $20 donation. Here's a $30. Good. But at the minute that those two parties get involved, you're screwed.
Yeah,
Because they don't give you money just because you're a nice guy.
right.
There's certain races that you can look at right now, the person has no chance. None. You look at the polling, they have a 5% chance of winning. So then you ask, why are they doing it? What reason would you be in there for 5%? You could just want your message to get out, type of thing. Or you're setting yourself up for something else, or you're setting yourself up for a job. Because, they always want to have an opponent. Look at it all around the country. They want an opponent. They don't care if they get whipped and beaten because they're going to get something for it. We got to start being, this is off to the people. You got to be smarter to this. My number one thing, Jerry, is we have to denounce and go away from these parties. We have to say they both are terrible. I don't care. And locally, statewide, even a little bit, but mostly locally, we are done with them. We all go to no party. We all register no party. Well, you'll run against Democrats, you'll run against Republicans, but you yourself is going to do you're going to be nothing. But you still got to get your petition signed. You still got to go out because there's a lot of no party people in the city. A lot. It might be the second biggest. I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up again.
Robocalls or whatever. You get on Facebook and you send out a podcast like this and reach 2,000 people.
You can't. We just can't keep doing it. And I see young people doing it, and it kind of makes me. Maybe when they turn 50 like me, then that's why I just shut my mouth, because the younger people are just learning it. It's like it's coming to them, so they're just getting it.
We had the YMCA, we had our high school, Beverly Lanes was across. We had a great childhood.
And
everything was right there.
And it's been going every 10 years.
And that wasn't replaced with anything great unless you love Walmart that much.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Tanya's got a good comment here.
Okay, let me see. About 1938.
Mm-hmm.
The 1938 map of Cayuga Island shows a giant pit that was dug in Jane Park. Zoomed in on the map in the 1950s, you can see what looks like cylinder shaped like chemical barrels. Wow. Yeah. My thing is until no one will do it. No one's going to do it. So we're screwed. You got to just get away from the parties. You got to do what's best for where you live. And if I keep voting for people that are being endorsed by Republicans and Democrats, I'm spinning my wheels. Because it's just, and then someone's got to have the guts to do it. What's the problem? Do it. But they won't do it. And then they want to pretend that, to me, that they're not, when you tell me you're not, you better not took a dime. If you're going to run as a Democrat or Republican, I want to see your thing where it says you took no money from them and see where we are. Because are you going to have the guts to take the money from the Republicans or the Democrats, right? And then expect that and not do what they want you to do, and then expect them to give you money again when it's time for re-election? They're not. They're just going to find someone else. They'll find someone who will. And I you know what sucks? I end up finding friends that do this stuff. And then I feel like, I get a little sick to my stomach.
Yeah. I don't want to see anybody acting like Senator Rob Ward, by the way, as a hero for what he did.
Agreed.
Well, like the election
What did
time's
he
coming
do?
up.
Mhm.
He went there, which, I mean, I'm glad Lexi was smart for getting him, to get out there and speak. I know what she was doing. Good for her. She does what she has to do.
Yeah,
Get her in her,
awesome.
but that was good for her. So, but I don't want anybody to act like Rob Ward's some type of hero, because he's been nowhere. He's helped nobody. I mean, I could show you the messages.
Nothing.
But
Letters
very
have you
important.
sent?
Yeah.
At least twice.
I've
And
contacted.
More than that.
6.
And
Mhm.
never even got a phone call back. I would have gladly taken, we hear you, but we can't do anything about that.
Something.
well,
Right.
Something. There was zero. Zero.
Yeah, they
I
have.
know.
I contacted them again even recently, and I was, thank you for letting us, messaging us. We'll, let you know nothing. But he ran when he knew that this was getting attention. There was cameras and all that. He ran there, so he's ignored plenty of issues. Yeah.
Politician. Then look at New Jersey. It's happening there. We just saw on News Nation. New Jersey has the same problem we're having. It's
Always
popping
has.
up in all these different neighborhoods now, and they're going in Niagara Falls. Oh, Western New York is. So there you go. And of course, Ort shows up because it's getting too big. He'd look really bad if he
Yeah.
didn't show up.
Mhm.
He has
Wow,
no,
he
no
answered
choice.
very quickly though, didn't he?
Yeah.
For that, yeah, but
In the town of Niagara for 10 years, and the area that we lived in
It's
is
sad.
has been, condemned or whatever they're doing, and I just wonder if that's connected to my kidney disease.
I know, that's what I was wondering too.
You never
And there's
know.
over,
There was no cause for it.
there's over 100 dumping sites. I don't think we know every single
No, you
site.
don't. They're all
So,
over.
yeah, they're all over, so. I
You're
haven't
on
find
Route
out the
30.
Looport is
See a big
Balmer Road, all
Our
these
car was-
roads.
From
Oh,
what I hear years ago, our car was
probably.
Yeah, I heard
I'm
that.
sure it was.
next to the water, groundwater,
Yeah.
Why do
Somebody,
you?
said that they think that we're just all one big experiment at this point, like they just put a bunch of people there.
Why do you think
They made
that
money dumping.
I guess we chose this route and not tourism? Was because
They
we're,
made more money dumping. When they take care of people's chemicals or whatever they throw in there, they make billions
That
of
mountain.
dollars.
that
Billions.
mountain,
Who puts a mountain in the middle of their city?
it's gonna look like, it's gonna have altitude soon.
You know
You're
what
not
they
gonna be able to
should
go
do
up there.
is they should move out all the people, who are living on top of this shit, put all the sex offenders right on. They need a
That's
place for
legitimate.
sex.
Yeah,
They
there
can't be
you
around
go.
kids or nothing. There you go. Move all the innocent people out, get
Yeah,
the sex
that's-
offenders, put them right on
It's
top
not
of the
even
house.
funny. That's
City.
actually
Yeah,
right.
really, yeah, right on the.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
fine.
There you go.
That's
Come
exactly
honeymoon
what they
over
should
here.
Yeah, right. So all I got, man, at the end, I can't take it anymore. You just gotta, I don't think we'll ever do it though.
No,
People are too scared to not be a Democrat or
maybe years
Republican.
from now, but.
Yeah, I'll be gone dead because they can't do it. No, because then no one's gonna do it. They know the problem. They'll tell you to your face they know the problem and then go do the opposite. As
From
soon
the
as they
outside
say it.
is.
Well,
What do you think?
maybe, as long as he
We
won't be a
contacted-
Republican.
we did.
If we can, yeah,
Well, you know
long
what,
time.
but-
No,
We're-
they
we're
don't
right
care.
there.
Think about it. Everyone gets mad about the water park leaving, right? The
Yeah.
water park would have stayed if they would have helped them pay the water bill. So if if the state wanted them to stay, they would have
Nice
helped
park.
them pay the water bill. Why do you think they wanted them to leave?
Everybody
Because
loved it.
people, I worked there for so long, for 4 years, and people that were tourists were coming there. A lot of them. That place would be packed.
Yeah.
And guess what happened? They want to say it's tax. They try to blame Bartolome fine, whatever you want to do. He couldn't pay his bills. And it was because of utilities and crap and tax.
Surrounded by-
And if they would, but the state of New York didn't want him to pay. You know what I'm saying? Because they help everybody else.
Well,
Yes,
so
they
much
wanted
for
the land.
sewer tax that- let alone the
They
water
wa-
itself.
Oh, it frustrates me, and I hope someday someone does something. I'll tell you what else too. The city charter, I've talked about it on here before. The Niagara Falls. It's like our constitution. I'm wondering after this mayor leaves if they're going to have to rewrite it.
He wrote it.
I know, but they're going to have to rewrite it because he's destroyed it.
Yeah.
Even what he wrote, he goes. So like, I'm wondering if at some point they're going to have to like say, let's start again because we're just
Why didn't anybody just like shoot gum in his hair or something?
Yeah, right.
Why doesn't anybody do that shit anymore?
Of course he loves
I
himself.
don't-
He shouldn't. Good for him.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well, I'm gonna type. Can I? Well, you know what I'm gonna type about photo ops.
I've Everyone does them.
They all do them.
Yeah,
I'm watching these people look like they're thinking and look like they're looking and they're all concerned. I'm like, what the hell am I watching here? Are you guys kidding me? Yes. There's somebody taking that picture for a reason. And I'm so tired of it. We have nothing. I told you. Well, I'm defeated at this point because no one will listen to the fact that you have to make the call and say, I'm no longer supporting you Democrats or Republicans again because you are criminals, you're filthy, you have killed us, and I'm done.
Especially around.
I did.
The porta potty and the.
I walked there with the dogs like I normally do, and I went up that little path. And as soon as I got near the bridge, and I hate to say this, but I will, some crackhead popped out of nowhere. Surprised me. He was behind me. I think he was
Like,
either going to the bathroom or something.
He was living in the port.
He had his bottle in his hand, a couple teeth in his mouth, and he was complaining about the situation. That's what he was. Now, I looked, so the porta potties half of the creek.
Right.
It could have been kids that did that.
Probably.
Pushed it over.
Sure.
But their equipment box, that's gone. So I figured part of that project left, not all, because they were working. But I want to say, last thing I'm going to say, all along the shoreline though, empty worm containers, fishing line, cups, things from the people who go there, and for God, why they fish there, I don't know. But it's the people themselves. I go there, I pick up, so the Sanford show. I'll go back tomorrow. The same stuff will be there.
Same
Yes.
things.
I seen a guy
They
today
just throw their shit all over.
on
I guess you deserve it.
a golf
Get what
cart
you deserve.
picking up garbage. But he wasn't really picking up shit. He just like picked up a couple things, then was cruising along.
Yeah.
No, you gotta get.
Where are these people who are supposed to be doing community service? Where are they at?
Where- Right. Right. It'd be a perfect place.
Yeah.
Niagara Falls needs community service.
Maybe that's what he was.
We really need community service.
And we all need to get people, like, for instance, John Knapp goes out and helps clean up these properties in his district. So if every legislator just took care of their own district that way.
Everybody took care of their own area. That'd be great. That'd be a good start.
Yeah.
You know?
But if I again, if we're going to take money from these parties, you're going to be gone in 2 years, so you're done.
Yeah.
Because they're going to tell you, you're going to do this, and you're going to say, nah, I don't like that. And they're going to say, okay, good, go ahead, do what you want, but you won't be back. And they won't be back. They won't be back. And I just don't understand. I wish guys, yeah, he's a perfect, let's go with him. I'll go with Dennis. I'll go with, I wish they would just say, no, I'm not doing this. I'm going to do it on my own.
Right.
I'm doing this on my own. I'm not being with you. I'm not going to go to your parties. I'm not going to shake your hands. I'm not going to smile with you because I know you are not sincere. I know it. It drives me insane that no one, you know who has the balls to do that is Tim.
Yeah.
I know he
So we
does.
prop up.
Oh, I would. I will.
Prop up Tim.
Tim should be. He said it, and he means it. He doesn't need to be out front.
Right.
He doesn't need a photo op. He doesn't need to ever be seen. If you're
He's been helping people.
And so is Dennis and so is Sean.
Yeah.
There's the point. Those guys are too. I didn't mean to say that like I'm because I'm not, because this is where I separate the people from the party.
Yeah.
The people are good people. I know they're good people.
We need goodwill.
I
They
just
wanna
wish
see
they
this
would
done.
be good and just say no to those parties that they know they're actually evil. Think about it. They run the world. They run the free world. You're either a Democrat or Republican in those
And it
offices.
turns people against each other too.
They wouldn't be against each other possibly if they weren't in their groups, in their teams.
And he goes, because once money's involved, and that's really what you're
Mhm.
saying, once money's involved, now you got control of people.
Right.
So you gotta get rid of the monetary system, and I told him, that's a great idea, it's never gonna happen.
Right.
People are just.
No,
And
so-
then, I don't think so.
So the people
But
then,
what we need is people like
Revolution.
Sean Mack and Dennis
you need
and
revolution.
Tim and all that to run nowhere.
And we need you and us around the table and the others and people all around to say we're not registering as Democrats and Republicans anymore. And when they see maybe the vote, going back, it might take decades, but then they'll be a little scared. Maybe they'll think different. Right now, they got everyone brainwashed, mind washed, mind. So they don't do it.
Right? Let's say we were really a great city. Like Pine Avenue was like Lewiston, Main Street. So let's just say, pretend for a minute. Wouldn't you make more money? Wouldn't you have more people working? Wouldn't the whole mindset would be better?
That's the scary part about here.
You wouldn't want to drop litter there. Somebody sees you throw your damn cigarette butt, go, hey, pick that up.
Right.
They wouldn't. You'd have a bet, right? South Carolina. Right? Well, you. Noelle would be in big trouble.
Well, Tim made a good point too. If anybody saw his response to the mayor's address, the mayor is hiring people left and right that don't live in the city. So they have no pride in, really caring about, well, I want to make this place better because this is where I'm living, this is where I'm raising my kids.
Judges don't even live in this.
Yeah, no, they're all in Lewiston, Grand Island, and all the nice places, and
Yeah, they're all people from here.
Okay.
yeah,
Tanya says, why do voters feel more confident voting for people who are backed by unions, PAC committees, political action committees, and different political parties? This is the issue. They feel that makes them makes the candidate a good choice. Yeah, and instead, for me, and you get Robin gets sick of hearing it because I'm screaming about it all the time. It actually makes them a worse choice. When I see it, I'm like, I start to moan and groan because I'm like, oh no, I know who you have, what you're good. I know it because I used to live it. I used to see it for all the time. I remember it. It's how it works. They find people to run against someone just to put on a show, and they promise that person something. And I've never met a political party. Yeah, you do run from it. That's right, Tanya. You should run. That's what we got to do. We all have to run from it and say no more. And it's tough because you end up having friends, good people that will have to figure.
you know
Too
what?
bad, I don't know.
Tanya is such a good person that she's not going to be blocked by the Republicans or the
We're gonna have
Democrats.
to.
And so we push her out of the system instead of embracing her and saying, look, and here's somebody who's got the right idea. We just push her away.
Yeah, well, that's what I don't know. In maybe 20 years or something, we'll have enough people to just say we're sick of it. Like just a little city, just us, just even Niagara Falls did it, or Niagara County, just saying. And well, you know what you said, and then I know we got to go. Or Robin said it, and you guys, I don't know. Like you got to worry about your own district. We also have to worry about your own city. And I realize we have to worry about the country. I realize we have to worry about everything. It might be time to say screw it. I can still vote. Sure, I won't vote in a. Does it really matter if you vote in a primary at this point? It's one Republican who's the same Republican next to the other one, next to the same crazy Democrat and the other crazy Democrat. What's the difference? You go vote. You vote in the general election because as a no party person, that's what you do. You won't vote in a primary, and you vote for the right person. Let's say for president, governor, or whatever. Because you're either going to vote. No party, you're gonna have to go Republican or Democrat. Yeah, right. So you look where your feelings lie. What side of it are you on as far as? Because last thing too, in the city, the mayor and the council, they have nothing to do with like social issues. You know what I mean? Like they're not doing that stuff. Right. But I know that happens statewide in the country. So I get it why people would be resistant because of those things. Or Republican, right. But you can still. You know what's crazy too? Other states let people vote in primaries, not that party. Like a no party person could vote in both primaries if they want. They should be allowed to. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, guys. I know we're over. Yep. That's exactly what I had said the other day. It's all we are. You're barely, if you keep voting these guys from these parties, you're lucky to just be spinning your wheel. Right. You'd be lucky to just stand where you are today and come back.
And guys,
All right, we gotta
Easy to
get,
change your
yes,
affiliation.
you do it fast,
Yeah.
right online in 2 seconds, and they mail it to you and say, here you go, buddy.
Yeah, it takes.
Don't worry about it. You can still vote for Trump. You can still vote for your wacky socialists. You can still do all of that. Go ahead. I don't give a flying. I don't care. You can still do it. It doesn't matter. You just got to realize your county and your city need you to do something more.
Yeah.
I think. But all right, I've talked enough. Noelle, anything left before we get out of here?
Well, if you guys have been following the story about Melvin, I'll update you guys
Oh, yeah.
tomorrow. So he's got an appointment, but
Important to
Oh,
point
where's
out.
your one in?
I'm not gonna say it on here right now,
Okay.
but I'm gonna have somebody privately look at him and then
Can figure it out.
and
Yeah.
figure it out, but it's gonna cost a lot of money.
He looks
Hey,
happy.
Prayers for Mel.
Yeah, any of you good Facebook detectives on here, we could find who his original owner was. Let me know because I might have to take that person down to court and
Listen,
no, it didn't escape. He was witness being done.
Yeah, somebody saw it.
Ooh, really? Someone actually saw it happening?
Yeah, but like
And that's how they rescued him?
that's some. I gotta find it. Somebody on Facebook said that they saw it. There was a video of it.
Oh,
Somebody
shit. Can we
on
see the,
Facebook? But they were trying to find it. They couldn't. I don't wonder if it got taken down. But
yeah, maybe they took
And
it.
Yeah.
yeah,
But they wouldn't have videoed it themselves. Yeah.
no, I think
that's
somebody
probably
else
how he
was
heard his.
videoing. I know. That's what I think.
Piece of
Think
crap.
about it.
Yeah.
Could have landed on it.
Or they realize that he had this problem. They're like, oh no, it's going to cost so much money. Dump him.
Right.
Right.
So
All right, everyone. We'll be back. Oh, we have a guest next week. And this guy's interesting. His name, well, God,
Thomas.
Thomas
oh,
Gidlow.
him, yeah, he's awesome.
He's gonna come on. He's from out of town. He's a filmmaker. He does all the. He's
Yeah, he's-
incredible if you look up his stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
talked to him. He's really cool.
But he's interested in our city. He's from here, and he wants to talk about city politics and city stuff. We almost had a Dante Richardson Gidlow debate, but we're going to wait on that. We'll do that maybe another time.
Yeah,
Debates are more than welcome here if we could ever get one going. I'd love
I
it.
love it.
I know Don.
Yeah, he has. He has
I would like to see him.
Nate
him and Chris,
McMurray.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be good. Chris, oh yeah, McKimmy.
yeah.
Yeah, that one. Any of them, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't debate anyone on here because I think as hosts, you're not supposed to attack people or not attack people,
Go ahead.
debate. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Technically, you do it every day.
What about wife?
What?
As the host?
You're banned.
Uh,
No, you're banned. All right, we're gonna get out of here. I'll be back next week with episode, wow, we'll be at 309
yeah.
next week.
Thank you.
Nice of you.
Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I feel.
All right, we're out of here. Take care, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.